What is going on, crypto miners, and welcome back to the channel. Well, it has finally arrived. We've been waiting a few weeks, and finally it is here. The IceRiver AL3 ALEPHIUM miner, coming in at 15 terahash. So in today's video, this is going to be a video for you if you're interested possibly in the AL3, or maybe you're getting yours in and would like to go ahead and follow along a step-by-step guide on how to set it up. Well, this video is for you. All right, so I've been working on my one-handed Red Panda mining open box skills here. So hang with me. We're going to try our best. It does come down to having a super sharp, brand new blade. Definitely helps us out quite a bit. All right, moment of truth. Oh, man. Look at this. It even has that smell of China. It's the plastic smell. But yeah. All right, cool. Let's get this opened up. As you guys are unboxing your IceRiver AL3, something you guys may notice, it does not come with a cable, and it will use a C19 to C20. I buy these from a company called Ironbox. They are on Amazon. I'll put a link directly down below. Make sure you guys get one ordered before your AL3 comes in. Quick heads up, when you guys are opening this up, do not go ahead and butcher the plastic. Keep it in decent shape because you want to actually hold on to it, put it in the box. Make sure you guys keep the box, because if you ever decide to go ahead and sell it or ship it off for hosting, not only do you want the box, but you also want this bag so that you can seal it up to keep it safe from moisture and liquid when getting shipped. Huge shout out to the team over at TerraHashes. That's how I ordered my IceRiver AL3 through. Great experience. If you guys do go over there, make sure you tell Mike, tell him I said hello. I'll put a link to TerraHashes directly down below. I did pay USDT ERC20 for this unit. It's always easier when you're buying ASICs to pay in crypto. If you're just getting into crypto, I get it. It's definitely a little bit of a barrier to entry for sure. But once you're in that crypto ecosystem, it's very, very simple. So once again, huge shout out to Mike and the team over at TerraHashes, where I got this unit. I'll put a link directly down below if you're interested. But here she is, the IceRiver AL3. This is the 15 terahash model. And let's go ahead and take a look. So definitely much bigger than I expected. I mean, look at the length of this thing, much larger. It seems like the IceRiver models are getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. We do have up top here IP report. We have our D1, 2, 3, and 4 indicator lights, SD card slot, which IceRiver doesn't necessarily use. We won't use a reset button, which I hope we never have to use. Ethernet port. We do have 2 of the high RPM fans on the front. We're definitely going to test these out to see how loud they actually are. I do like more and more that so a traditional fan cable here we see from Bitmain, you can kind of see the yellow, the red, and the blue. IceRiver does a really good job of wrapping these in this type of rubber to kind of protect those cables. Really, really like that. Power supply over here, we have 2 of the fan grills and fans for the power supply. Love the toggle button here. I wish every ASIC miner, especially Bitmain, would have those. And here is the power cable that we just spoke about over here from Ironbox that you guys are going to need. We'll get that plugged in here in just a minute. Spinning around our AL3, same setup in the back here with the high RPM fans. And that's really about it. There's not a ton more to know about this unit. Something I do want to go ahead and do is actually, let's go ahead and open up the lid of this unit, because I'd love to see, I'm very curious on the fan connection for these fans. Is this the 4 block that we see from some of the newer Bitmains? Does this use a traditional 4-pin? Let's go ahead and take a sneak peek and open up the top. So those of you guys curious, there is a warranty sticker right here on the side. I'm okay with doing it, but keep this in mind. Taking apart the lid on top here does say it does void your warranty. So just keep that in mind. All the screws are pretty typical. We just took apart the 2 on the top. And if we swing it around, we unscrewed the 2 on the back side. Now, something different about the AL3 actually has a black screw, which is actually this unit right here. So that's a little bit different. We don't traditionally see that. So let's go ahead, lift off our lid, and check out and see what we have going on inside of here. So first off, we were talking about the fans, right? And how the fan cables kind of have this nice protective rubber coat on the outside, which is awesome. And look, take a look. These are the newer style fans we're seeing out of a lot of ASICs, especially Bitmains, where it has the square and it has the 4-pin square setup on that. So outside of that, if you guys are curious, a quick little 101 and exactly what we're looking at here. So this is the control board. This is pretty much the brains of your ASIC miner. Everything goes directly through here. When you're logging into the IP address to configure it, that's actually right here. You're logging into the control board. So the control board, as you guys can see, does have a signal cable right here going back and going into the power supply. It does also have a power cable coming off the power supply to power your control board. We then, of course, talked about our 4 fan cables here. And then these big, long actual cables are ribbon cables. These are the cables that actually communicate between the control board and where all the power is in the back, which is these 3 hash boards that we do see back here. So on the back side, to give a little bit more detail here, these bars that you guys see going across that have the screws in them, those are actually called bus bars. They're actually coming off the power supply on the right and providing power across these pieces of metal to each of the hash boards. So when this unit is on, you absolutely do not want to touch these bus bars. Why? Because that is how the power is getting transferred. And that's a lot of power. So that's a quick little 101. I mean, ASIC miners are not that complicated, believe it or not. So let's get this put back together and let's get this plugged in. All right, so in our makeshift closet here, we do have a 30 amp 240 volt with our PDU there in the background. We have our C19 to C20 cable coming in to our IceRiver AL3, and we do have an Ethernet cable plugged in. Now I have gone ahead and grabbed my dB meter here because I'm very curious to see how loud this thing is when we start it up and then after a few minutes of actual hashing. So should we jump in? Let's flick our toggle switch. Let's give it a listen. Well, the startup's not bad. Nice and quiet. Let's see if she takes off. Oh, man. Wow. That must have been full fans at like 87 decibels. That's absolutely wild. So what we're going to do is let's jump over to the computer. We'll log into the interface. We'll take a closer look at everything in there. We're going to get this configured on a brand new pool that I've been very eager to try out because they're running with 0% full fees right now, which is awesome, especially as a miner. We are going to come back and check in on not only our dB meter after it's been running and hashing, but also how many watts at the wall. Because right now, I don't even think it's up and hashing fully, and we're at 3,237. All right, I'll see you guys over on the computer. All right, so we can hear that miner in the background ramping up here. I did find the IP address on my router. If you guys are having a hard time finding the IP address for this new device, check out a program called Angry IP. I'll put a link to that directly down below. You can download it, install it. It scans your network and helps you find different devices. Once you have the IP address, come into your browser, type it in at the top, and this is exactly where you guys should be. So we're going to go ahead and log in with the name of admin, and 1234567 is the password. I know, nothing too crazy. You can change it if you feel it's a little unsecure there. So jumping on the dashboard here, there's nothing wild and new. This is the IceRiver traditional dashboard. And I do like the fact to see that the miner log is on the left-hand side. I think that's fantastic. I love the fact that we are now seeing this with all of the models from IceRiver. So there's a few different screens. You got mining settings, IP settings, user settings, firmware upgrade, and miner log. We want to get up in mining as fast as possible. So let's go over to miner settings. Now we're going to delete what is in here because of the fact that we do not want to be mining to IceRiver's wallet. If you guys get this unit, plug it in, and start running it, you're actually earning someone else some crypto. And we don't want to do that at all. So we're going to delete everything that's in there. Now, you don't need to make any changes to fan speed or anything like that. Keep in mind, you don't want to manually try to force the fan to be quieter, and then you cause the unit to overheat. These miners are not meant to be run in your basement or in your backyard or in a garage or a shed, they're going to get loud. That's intentional to cool the unit. So please don't come in here and crank down the fans at all. Now there is a normal mode, which is what we're running on now, or a sleep mode. There's no high power mode. There's no high efficiency mode on these miners. So our next step I wanted to show you real quick is to where I got this unit. I was talking about terahashes. If you guys are interested, I'll put a link directly down below to terahashes. This is where I bought the last 3 miners that I purchased, AL3s, and also the Bitmain Antminer L9 Dogecoin miner. If we want to come in and see what this unit goes for today at the time of this video, you can come over to Terra and search for that. You can see right now to your door. Look at that, shipping cost to your door. That includes shipping and import tax. That's huge. When you guys are shopping for ASIC miners, make sure they cover shipping and import tax. Nobody wants to get hit with a 25% tariff when it gets to DHL. $3,950, which is absolutely a fantastic price for this miner. Now, if we jump over to miningnow.com, I've been using this a ton as I start to look into these ASICs. I actually looked at Mining Now when I first decided to buy this ASIC when it was making roughly anywhere between $15 to $30 a day. And that's a big spread. Well, the profitability really comes down to how the market is doing for a lithium right now, which is what this miner mines. So let's actually come in here and take a look. If we look up ASIC miners and look up the AL3 on Mining Now and select it there. Now the power rate up here is up at 10 cents. We're going to drop that down to 8 cents, which is what my electric is. Now, this unit per day makes right now over $16 a day. Electricity is about $6.72. And so we're only making $9.85. So for all intents and purposes, we'll say $10. However, that's because a lithium is down to $1.17. When I bought this unit several weeks back, a lithium was upwards of $2.80. And now what you can really see is what we talked about at the top of the video, how the price of a lithium really affects these miners and the profitability per day. So back then I was making $25 to $30 a day when the price of a lithium was a lot more. I think a lithium's all-time high is somewhere around $3.80. So to give you guys an idea there, you can absolutely see that this unit does have a large profitability fluctuation. And if we're making $10 a day now, and I was making $25 to $30 a day when I ordered it, it shows that not only can it dip down where we are now, which is definitely I would consider a dip in a lull, but it can absolutely double where we were at when we got this unit, when we were looking at $25 a day in profit. So keep that in mind. I'll link Mining Now directly down below if you guys want to go over and look closer at this unit or other miners on the market. Finally, that new pool that I was telling you guys about, it's a pool called WhalePool, and I actually came across it because they have 0% pool fees. Look at this. 0 fee mining. Play lucky draw to win Caspa and a lithium. So they have like a lucky draw system that you can kind of get into on their page if you're interested, which is kind of cool. Fun little mini game on their pool as well. But what is most interesting to me is right now they're running 0% pool fees, which I think are awesome. So let's go ahead and we're going to close out of that for today because I want to go ahead and get my account set up. So on WhalePool, you actually create an account first, and then you go in and add your wallet address and things like that on there. And they actually cover a variety of different coins out there. You can see Caspa, Lithium, and Radiant, which I love the fact that they're covering all these different altcoins out there on the market. So first thing we're going to do is do sign up. And there's a few things you guys can fill in here. I'm going to go ahead and sign up in just a minute, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I got my account set up, and actually something I've done is I've created a referral code, Hobbyist, simple and easy. And what does that do for you if you use it when you're signing up on WhalePool? Well, not only, of course, do you get the 0% pool fees, which WhalePool is running right now, but if you put in Hobbyist, after they're done their promo of 0% pool fees, which we can't expect that to run forever, but when it is done, you will actually get discounted pool fees if you use the code Hobbyist. So when you sign up today, use the code Hobbyist. All right, so we're logged in to WhalePool, and right away, take a look at this. We can actually spin this wheel to win a chance. I think that's awesome. I'm going to try that later. That's why I'm not going to check no more reminders today because I do want to try it out. But let's go ahead and close out of that. And the first thing we're going to do is in the upper right-hand corner, we're going to go to the drop-down and go to a lithium. The next step we're going to want to do is up top, click on worker. And this is where we get all the information we need. So we're going to take the pool 1, pool 2, and pool 3. Now, pool 1 is USA, pool 2 is EU, and pool 3 is Asia. We're going to put all three of those in. So if like the US pool goes down, well, it'll jump over to the EU pool or jump over to the Asia pool. All right, so go ahead and hit the copy button next to pool 1, and we're going to go back to our miner and paste that in. We're going to go to pool 2, copy that, paste that in. And we're going to go to pool 3, copy that, and paste it in. Now for wallet and worker, if you come over here, it actually gives you worker. It has hobbyist.001. So we're actually going to come over here. We're going to paste this in here, and then we're going to remove 001. That's actually like the worker identification. And we're just going to call this AL3. And then I'm going to do an underscore and do 132. I always like to use the IP address. Sometimes I've seen some people use the last four of the serial number. Just an easy way to identify the unit when it does go down if you have to power cycle it. So we're going to copy and paste that all the way through. And when we go back here, it says password is test. Password probably isn't needed, but just to be safe, we're going to put test in each time. Then what we're going to do is go to the very bottom and we're going to hit save. And it says operation succeeded. We're going to hit OK. And what I like to do with IceRivers is every single time that I do apply new pool settings, I select restart in the bottom right and just hit OK and let the unit restart. Now, it's probably going to take 10 to 15 minutes to get up and running. So I'll see you back here then. All right, while we're waiting for this thing to fully boot up, let's take a closer look at WhalePool. So really like the UI on here. You can scroll down. There is their social media at the bottom. Now, something to look at here on the right-hand side, they have a full alert section. You can click there and you can go ahead and opt into all different methods to alert you on your account. Whether you want it via email, you can do Telegram, which I think is really, really cool. They have a whole section over here, as well as fee coupons, which I think that's where that kind of putting in hobbyists in the referral code, that's going to come into play down the road. So jumping over to worker here, we're starting to see our worker come up online right now. So that'll be, we'll give it a few minutes, about 15 minutes or so, because it'll definitely take some time. As well as, let's go ahead and go over to payment here. And this is going to be a great payment dashboard. If you're a dashboard guy like me, you'll want to put this up off to the side. It looks fancy, it looks good, and it's going to allow you to go ahead and monitor your profitability, which I think is fantastic. We do have a statistics tab where you can come over here and actually put in your Alethium address to kind of see statistics overall for how things are going. There is a miner tab as well at the top, and this is actually, I didn't even realize this, WhalePool, you can come over here, you actually have consulting on their pool, you can buy now on the pool, so you can actually come in here and purchase a variety of different, wow, look at that. AL3, you can purchase it right here as well, which is pretty cool. And here's where they talk about that 0% pool fee discount, which is pretty slick. Connect to the WhalePool mining pool and enjoy 0 mining fees, which I think is very nice. Oh, they even have a bulk discount, which is nice. All right, under more here, they have announcement, new user help center, AMA event, and the referral program. When you come up to the top right-hand side, something that's very important is when you click on your portrait here and you go to mining account, this is where you're going to want to come in and have Alethium selected, and you're going to want to add your Alethium address. So you'll be able to put that in here. And the reason this is important is because your Alethium is going to gather and sit on WhalePool. Well, if you don't come in here and put in an address, it's just going to sit on the pool. You want it to pay out to your Alethium wallet. I'm currently using the Alethium Core wallet. However, Tangem is going to be releasing the support for Alethium here soon. So I'm absolutely going to go ahead and use that. So make sure you guys come in here and do that. Whether you're mining Alethium to their pool, Caspa, or Radiant, you can do all of that right here. All right, we've been up and hashing for 15 minutes. Now, I always recommend to let something run for about 24 hours before we start looking at metrics. But for today's video, let's go ahead and run through it. So we've been mining for 15 minutes here. You can see my 5-minute hash rate is about 14.8. 30 minutes isn't really going to apply in this situation. Now, our fans right now are at about 4,067 to 4,100 at the bottom there. And to give you guys an idea, this has dropped down into dB levels. We're right around 75 to 76 dB on our dB meter. And what about the watts at the wall? That's the big one. Is IceRiver really advertising this properly? So if we take a look over on IceRiver's website, they are advertising 3,500 watts. We actually came in at 3,524, which is totally acceptable to me. They have plus or minus 10%. We're only seeing 24 watts more, so that's pretty dang good in that regard. Now, something I want to look at too, and something I've learned since we actually went ahead and, I've had 15 minutes, so I read up a little bit more on WhalePool. So first off, on WhalePool, give it some time for everything to go ahead and load for you and to come up for you, because it's not going to be instant. You're going to want to give it a few hours to get everything up and running and start looking at some really good stats and metrics. But let's talk about this kind of giveaway, wheel spin thing, 0% pool fee event going on, because I found more information about it while we were waiting. So I'll put this down below if you guys are interested. So pretty much for the next 3 months, it's going to be 0% pool fees on WhalePool. So make sure you guys use that referral code hobbyist to get in on this. In addition to that, take a look at this. They're giving away 10 ALEPHIUM miners here, AL3s, exactly what we have today, 10 𝐾𝐸 miners. They're doing 50 prizes of 1,000 𝐾𝐸, 50 prizes of 500 ALEPHIUM, 200 coupons. So that's where we saw that coupon area for 30 days of 0% mining fees. So using hobbyists will get you in on this, and 500 coupons for 10 days of 30% off your mining fees. How do you participate? You're signed up, you've used the code hobbyist, and in addition to that, you just have to have over 1 terahash. We're at 15 terahash with our AL3 to qualify. And then the nice thing is you can read more here. That little wheel spin is in there, which is really, really cool. So a lot of really good information about this event going on over at WhalePool. And WhalePool's like brand spanking new. So I love the fact that they're coming out of the gate. I am going to spin this, I promise. That WhalePool is coming out of the gate with this not only new pool, very friendly. They're hitting the mark on these 3 different 𝐾𝐸, ALEPHIUM, and Radiant. But then they're also doing all these giveaways and 0% pool fees for 3 months. I absolutely think this is awesome. All right, so should we spin this wheel, see how it goes here? So let me go ahead and hit go. And give me, what's that? 10 days, 30% off mining fee. You can go to your coupon setter to check it out. Look at this. Okay, cool. So after the event, remember we said that 0% full fees for 3 months? This says from March 22nd to the 1st. So it's giving me that for 10 days. It's going to go ahead and give me 30% off, which is awesome. And I can just hit claim it. It looks like you can do it over in the coupon section, but let's hit claim it. Oh, there it is under fee coupons. That is awesome. Dude, this is cool. I feel like I want to come in here. I have to see how often I can spin that wheel because I really want, how awesome would it be if I won another AL3? That would be so freaking cool. So it looks like right now we're about 2 terahash. So it's definitely going to take about an hour or so to see our full 15 terahash on WhalePool, but I'm excited. All right, so what is my game plan here? Well, I'm going to let my brand new IceRiver AL3 run on WhalePool for the next 30 days. And then after 30 days, we're going to come back here and take a look and see how much ALEPHIUM we've actually earned and what is that worth. So stay tuned, hit subscribe if you guys are interested in following up on that video to see exactly how we do, or if you're interested in more mining videos, tours, guides, and tutorials right here on the channel. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next time.